Thank you. It's been a great evening. And I obviously need to start off with the apology that I promised. I could not find my black tie.
It was a large discussion.
It was a large discussion. Now, let me say a few words about Nordic State of AI. This is a report that we've been publishing now for 4 years in a row. Two first years focusing on Finland, and now for the last 2 years focusing on the Nordics. There's a lot of people also here that have contributed. We're grateful for that. We have altogether 15 organizations that are now contributing to the last one that was published in November. And there's a lot of individuals here as well that have been contributing. Vanessa, among others, Nico Vuokko also sitting here, and several others. It's an effort run by Silo, but with contributions from many. The intent is annually to look at the state of AI in the Nordic countries, so how we are doing in terms of skills and capabilities, how organizations are applying AI, where AI is creating value, and so forth. Now, rather than sort of running through the boring details of how we've been collecting data, which actually is quite a lot of grunt work, and the analysis of that, I thought I would highlight basically 3 findings. A little bit maybe cherry picking, but I think 3 important findings. And especially looking at this from a product perspective. So the first one is that, which is partly obvious, but it takes us forward here. The first one is that there's an increasing divide between large and small organizations in terms of skills, capabilities, and resources being invested in AI-related projects and efforts. Now, I think that's something that we've been aware of for some time already, but the fact that that's increasing, I think, is something we should be concerned with. The other topic that relates to that is that there's a decreasing number of AI companies in the Nordics. I do think there's an obvious reason for that, but if we look at the number of pure play AI startups or companies overall, that has been decreasing. Now that takes us to the second finding, which is basically that more than 70% of efforts related to AI, spend related to AI, has been focusing on core products and services or core processes of companies. So integrating AI into digital products. Now I do think that partly also touches upon the first one. So AI rarely creates value on its own. AI products, if you ask me, do not exist. But AI is a value creator that accelerates and elevates value of digital products that serve some kind of a end client, end user, and then relies on the fact that there is actually a digital platform and product underneath. Now, there is an issue with majority of Nordic companies putting efforts into product initiatives and R&D initiatives with AI, and that's the third finding. If you compare Nordic countries to European countries overall, the size of our R&D spend is significantly lower. Independent of how you measure that, you compare it to GDP, you compare it to population, you compare it to a number of other indicators, it's still small. And especially the fact that the R&D spend per project is small, I think is very concerning. So if we are to create value at the core of our companies, creating competitive edge in our core products and services, or core processes. But then at the same time, most of our engagements are tiny in size. It's highly unlikely that we are actually going to reach that sort of competitive edge. And I think that is something that we should all be concerned with when we are now sort of heading forward after this evening to create value with AI. I think we have a great community here, and I think a lot of us can contribute to how we are creating competitive edge with the help of AI. That's all on my side. Thank you.